Could y'all see Phaedra Parks joining the cast of Married to Medicine? Let me just put that out there to y'all, okay? All right, so listen, Sky Squad, we are back in the building for a quick, brief second. I was trying to take the holidays to, have some downtime, but then I happened to run across this news and I said, now, wait a minute now, let's get to talking. Let me run down to the YouTube streets to give some commentary on this news that I just saw over to the Urban Bell Mag, courtesy of the YBF. Now, the YBF is an OG legend for a lot of us in this game. So, it's always a pleasure to be able to shout them out. But let's talk about it, okay? Phaedra Parks on Married to Medicine. Can you see it? Can you see it? Let me know if you can feel it in the air, okay? Let me know if you can feel it in the air. I mean, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you the tea. That's running amongst the streets. Okay. Then we're gonna talk about how could this be. All right. So our friends over at the Y, the B, the F is reporting that apparently the sources are telling them that she could be joining Married to Medicine. Allegedly, producers tried to get her to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she allegedly asked to be paid too much money. And it seems like Married to Medicine has a budget for what she's asking for, and she'll be joining the ladies next season. Now, that is again what the YBF is reporting, which is interesting to me, I guess, in two parts, right? That she would be asking for too much to come back to Atlanta, but maybe that budget is taken up by Candy, okay, and Kenya. I mean, they've been on that for quite some time. I mean, it is what it is. So, I mean, maybe Sheree. I mean, taking up some budgetary space. I don't know. I don't know. Sheree could listen. Sheree might be demanding a lot because Sheree's name been in. She on the New York Times most stylish list now. So Sheree might be asking for the big ducats. But it's also interesting that Married to Medicine would have the budget. And I'm thinking to myself, are they getting rid of somebody? And at first, I thought to myself, y'all could get rid of Anila. There's no shade to Anila, the blogger. Listen, it's really no shade. But then I thought to myself, now Anila had an interesting storyline this past season. And after that interview with Zaina, where Zaina revealed that it was allegedly Anila that told her about the Toya rumors. I think we need Anila back. Now, the other thing about this is that we know that Phaedra and Quad are indeed friends. So, I mean, she could be brought in by way of a friend, a friend role. We'll get into more details. Stand by. Okay. All right. So, apparently, filming for season 10 of Married to Medicine is supposed to be starting soon, if it hasn't already. And the YBF is guessing that Phaedra would be introduced by Quad, okay? Who also we had seen reach out to Phaedra for legal advice years ago on the show, as the YBF pointed out. And again, I will link the story down in the description down below so that you guys can go visit the YBF for yourself if you haven't already. All right. All right. It was revealed during BravoCon, actually during a panel interview with Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Anila, and Drew from Real Housewives of Atlanta, that Phaedra says, I actually date a doctor. I don't want to tell you about him, but I've dated a doctor for some time, almost a year. Okay. And apparently the kids have met him and they love him. Okay. This doctor. So, but my thing is, if she ain't going to tell us about it during the interview, It's most likely Phaedra ain't gonna tell us about that man on the show. Okay, I don't see it happening, especially if they just dating. Now we did see her dating that man on Marriage Boot Camp, but I don't really feel like anybody thought that was real. To be honest with you, I mean, no shade, no tea, no shade. I mean, I want her to get her coins, and if the black man can get his coin too, then I'm all here for both of y'all getting your coin. But ain't no way you gonna pay me any amount of money to believe that thing was real. I don't believe it. That's just me. But anyway, maybe we might get to see, I mean, her show her man on this show, but that depends. If I'm coming on a new show as a friend, I ain't showing you my relations. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. You gotta pay me. You gotta pay me for all that. Okay. Then is this man gonna be willing to film? You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be giving real relationship vibes? I don't know. Um, to me, when I first read this story, I was thinking, no, this can't be. I mean, clearly, but on the flip side, clearly Bravo slash NBC Universal has some interest in Phaedra. She was at the Bravo con. She was on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She was on the Real Housewives of Dubai. I mean, we've seen her on the television screen all year. Phaedra's been up and through this network all year. So to me, it ain't no surprise. And she has feuded with two of the Real Housewives of Dubai stars when she talked about how she could bring in the ratings, and they was like, we don't need you over here. Okay. She infamously got into it with Chanel Ayan during the BravoCon when Chanel Ayan voted Phaedra the worst dressed person on the stage or whatever, or at the BravoCon, and Phaedra clapped back at her as well and talked about her outfit looked like it was for somebody's quinceanera or whatever. So, there's some space in the building for Phaedra in Dubai, but I don't know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys feel like that would boost the ratings, or do you feel like it would take away from the new girls that are building something over there? You know what I'm saying? Then we got to take things over to our friends over at the Dorinda Deadly, okay? Because they are saying that there is rumors that word on the street is that this is the cast for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 4, okay? Now, they're saying that after the success of the Ex-Wives Club, production are looking at bringing half of the ladies back and adding 4 new women to the mix. So they would be bringing back Eva, who I think became a fan favorite on the show, okay? Phaedra was a fan favorite on the show, Ultimate Girls Trip. I think Brandy, she brought it on the show. Vicky was kind of given, down in the dumps, but ultimately it made for a very good show. I'm thinking about doing like a top 5, reality TV shows of the year, for our little community or whatever. But anyway, I digress about that. But anyway, so we would have here the addition of Real Housewives of New Jersey stars Carolyn Manzo and Jacqueline Larita, who, this could be interesting. You know what I'm saying? That could be interesting. And with the addition of Camille and Brandy on the same show, and then you add in the hot mess that is Gretchen Rossi. I feel like this is a recipe for some potential fireworks. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 stars from Atlanta, you got 2 stars from OC, you got 2 stars from Beverly Hills, and then you got 2 stars from New Jersey. I think this could be lit. But again, yet another, Phaedra-led rumor. Clearly, again, the network is interested in the business of Phaedra Parks. But where does she belong? I want you guys to tell me in the comment section down below. Is there a place for Phaedra in this new landscape of Bravo? And if so, is it on the Married to Medicine because she is in Atlanta and she is dating a doctor for over a year that the boys love, allegedly? Or does she belong more on a cast like Ultimate Girls Trip, where she also brought a lot, even though she didn't give a lot of information, she added a lot of comedy. You know what I'm saying? Or would you prefer her back on Atlanta? Apparently, the budget ain't big enough for what she asking for, but I don't know how the budget gonna be big enough on Married to Medicine for what she asking for, because they got even more cast members. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I am perplexed. I am confusion. I do want to see Phaedra back on our screens, but I guess it's up to the Bravo executives and NBC Universal executives to tell us where that's going to ultimately be. All right, so listen, I'm about to go back into my little post-holiday hibernation. Lots of things going on behind the scenes. I got a memorial for my best friend tomorrow. One of my best friends who passed in October. I think I told you guys that has been weighing on me heavily for the past 2 months, just to keep it 100% with y'all. So I'm trying my hardest to keep my head above water, but we're going to make it do what it do while we can. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video.